Hey y'all, it's me, Delores, the pastor's daughter. And we are here. Listen, it is a wonderful fellowship Sunday. And we have some of the daughters on the line. And we're just going to hang out. I want us to do like a real chill, like real super chill live stream. But when we first get started, I'm going to tell you what my vision is for this podcast series and also introduce the girls and then we're just gonna get right on into it. Okay, so let me just play this brief intro and we are going to get started. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. What is going on? It's me, Delores, the pastor's daughter, and we are back in the Pro podcast. This is a version of the series that I had in mind to bring who are my daughters, right? Like these are my girls. Okay, these are my girls. It's Anita, Nay, Kaden, and Maya. Yeah, do you hear me? Like these are my girls. Okay. So I had this vision for the podcast, and you guys know that my name is Delores Michelle Peters. I go by Delores, the pastor's daughter. And I help women to break free from spiritual abuse and toxic relationships so that they can reclaim their voice, their identity, and their self worth and have a fulfilling life and healthy relationship. Okay. And so that is what I do. Now, I work with women that are of a certain age, but I have a passion for women that are of a certain age. Um, and those are the women that you see on the screen. This is what I call like, these are the girls that are like technically, they could be my daughters, because of their ages. And so it's like I have like this, like this I don't know, kind of like this connection to them on that level, as well as the fact that three of them are my actual nieces. Okay, so three of them are my actual nieces, and one is an adopted niece. Okay. But before we get started, y'all go ahead and mute out for a second, and then I'm going to allow you all to introduce yourselves. Before we get started, I wanted to read something that I wrote. Um, I wrote just recently, and there's this. Let me just read it, okay? And it says that you have a superpower, right? Your superpower is that you are a discerning daughter. And so when I first thought about this podcast series, I made this graphic, and it's the graphic that you see on the screen here that says "Lost Daughters." And then on the other side of the screen, you see where it says "Lost and Found." And at the time, I was thinking about our shared experiences as daughters, and even though all of us are varying ages, and just like I said a minute ago, they could actually be my daughters technically, like based on our ages. But there is a similar plight that we go through as daughters, and even when daughters become mothers, they're still daughters, and so there is a shared experience that we all have as women, and that is that we are all a daughter. It doesn't really matter how old we get or how young we are. We are someone's daughter. And because of that, there is like an inherent um, responsibility. There is an inherent um, requirement. There's just things that come with it. And so I think about all the times that we are called upon to just be more, than a daughter. And really, it's like, that's it right there. Because you are a daughter, that is your superpower. And when you are a discerning daughter, then you are literally capable of accomplishing anything. And in a world where there are superheroes that capture our imagination, right, with their extraordinary abilities, it's kind of easy to overlook the superpowers that exist within each of us. But see, here's the secret: you don't need a cape or a mask, right? Because you already have an incredible superpower. And that is because you are a discerning daughter. And that in and of itself is your superpower. Now, in today's video, we are going to just explore some of the unique qualities and strengths that come with being a discerning daughter, and how to embrace that identity, and how it can empower you to be your true self. And the first thing is empathy. And I'm going to go into empathy, and then I'm going to have the girls introduce themselves. And the first one is, as a discerning daughter, we possess the superpower of empathy. And that's a component to the overall superpower. From an early age, we learn to understand and relate to the emotions and experiences of everybody around us. And our ability to tune into the feelings of others allows us to provide them with comfort, with support, and with love. But when we embrace empathy as a discerning daughter, it enables us to create meaningful connections, foster understanding, and make a positive impact in everybody around us. And so when I created this graphic of lost daughters, we're not lost. In fact, everyone on this screen, and I would venture to say that every daughter has this hidden superpower that she's not even most times aware of that she has, and that is discernment. And so as we progress in our quest to become better women, um, then we embrace this title as discerning daughters. And so that is why I created this new graphic of discerning daughters, because that is who we are. And when we realize that even though we have our experiences of how we came into this world and the people who brought us into this world, it doesn't even really matter, right? Because what we have found is our God given superpower, and that is discernment. And so, ladies, hello, ladies. Who wants to go first? You want to go first, Maya?
Yes. Hello. Hi, my name is Jemiah.
Okay,
I
why are you? Wait a minute, you barking a little bit. What is
okay.
going on? Uh-oh. Let me see. Say something again.
Is my sound okay?
No, you bark like you're barking. Let me see. You might have to go out and come back in. Yeah, your sound
Is
was
it better?
fine. Yes, 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 much better now.
Well, my name is Jemiah. You're asking me?
Go ahead.
My name is Jemiah. Um, I'm a daughter.
Okay, why do you sound like that? Wait. Why do you sound like that?
Oh my gosh, am I getting dogs? Just
Never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead.
thank you. Thank you. Okay, my name is Jemiah Last Pastor's well, a pastor's granddaughter. I grew up in the church. I was raised around and I have my own situation with that, of course, and I for the same reasons as everyone else's.
Maya, something
Yes,
else.
ma'am.
Like cutting out. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Feels like you're going in and out. You might have to
Can you hear me?
you might have to go out and come. Can you hear me?
I see.
Maya, go out and come back in. Kaden, are
Is it
you?
better?
I don't.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit better.
Okay. Well, if you can hear me better now, Maya, I am a pastor's granddaughter at church and raised around all types of different types of Christians. And I have my own Christianity, as we all do. And I'm kind of just talk about that with Miss A.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Happy to have you on the panel, my dear. Kaden, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
How? Okay, can you hear me good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hello, my name is Kaden. I'm also the pastor's granddaughter. Me and Jemiah are sisters. Um, and Delores is our aunt. I also grew up in the church as well, with a lot of toxicity and very cult-like behavior. It has made me turn away from it. But I am still kind of discovering my own faith and spirituality, like in a way that complements who I am and not something that makes me turn away from myself. So yeah, that's me.
Yes. I'm so happy to have you two on the line. Nita's at work, and let me see. Nay, what's going on with Nay? I'm sure she'll jump on when she get a chance. But we're going to go ahead and continue with the discussion. I am so happy that y'all are on the line. Okay, like first of all, And I thought we was gonna like do this first stream like real chill, right? Just to kind of like let us get to know each other on like a little bit of a different level, I guess, because we already know each other. But
Right.
this is a little bit this is a little bit different because what I see like in each of you and what I see in a lot of um women is that first of all, you know how like they say like there's a woman's intuition, right? Well,
Right.
I think that we've been kind of like giving it the wrong name. I think that what it is discernment, and that we all need to like really tap into our discernment as women. And so the first thing I want to ask y'all is like, what is your understanding of discernment?
Is it okay if I go first?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so my understanding of discernment is to distinguish between is reality and maybe what feelings. So being able to use a term I've been able to use discernment in is in a previous I was in, I was able to see that while I was having my fun, that it wasn't helping, and that he couldn't have wanted the best for me, right? So I was able to see clear and distinguish that the truth there. Like there was no denying what was in front of me, and being able to separate your emotions from that other circumstances is, I feel like, an art.
Mhm. Yeah, that's good. That's real good. What about you, Kaden?
Well, what I see discernment as is sort of it's a distinguishing quality. Um, Now I don't know like the basic definition of it,
Mhm.
but
That's okay.
it's sort of like distinguishing between truth and basically like what isn't, like you said, is basically like your intuition.
Mhm.
And so it's sort of like going off of that, I guess. Yeah.
I like it. See, I just think like we don't really normalize using the word.
Yeah.
And I think that it would be really good for us to normalize using discernment because it's like people will attribute things to intuition, but intuition is part of discernment. So we'll get into it a little bit later. But I want to read this. And it says discerning daughters are born with an incredible resilience, right? Incredible resilience and a strength to bounce back from challenges, setbacks, and adversities. This component, if you will, um, it enables you to persevere through difficult times, to learn from experiences, and to emerge stronger than ever. When you embrace resilience as a discerning daughter, you inspire others to do the same, really, and you are a beacon of hope and strength. I would say I've been studying discernment for a while now, and so the best the best definition that I found for it, and I just kind of put it all together, is like an art. It's an art, I guess, kind of like how Maya was saying it, um, of critical thinking. It is sifting through different types of information, different ideas, different beliefs with a keen eye. And evaluating what resonates with your values, and with who you truly are, and just making decisions that enrich you and that enrich those around you and are good for the greater good of people. It doesn't hurt people. Let me ask y'all this. What if you could what if you could really like learn discernment? How do you think that would benefit you?
I guess I'll go first on this one. I think it would benefit, kind of sifting through all basically the crap that people feed you and finding what the real truth is in that. And I think that's very important to have as a skill, because I mean, basically, you don't want to get caught up dealing with somebody, like being caught up in somebody else's BS. You know,
I do.
to put it plainly.
And
I,
Maya. Oh,
what I
sorry. Go
would
ahead.
say, what I would say is it also benefits mind. Like it protects you going through experiences that could be avoidable. Like a lot of a lot of unfortunate situations that could happen to people, I've somewhat in our control, can be helped if discernment more and we apply that to not only lives but to our relationships and our decisions that we make. Because a lot of the times with everything, we can kind of get caught up in the wrong thing and like what feels good right now. But when you really think about, how does it benefit emotionally? Does it nourish your mind? Like, do you feel good when you're doing it? Like, and not only work too, using discernment to make decisions as well. It's like if someone's asking you a question, trying to test your knowledge on the job, you can kind of be able to move accordingly and everything. Like it helps in a lot of ways in seeming more put to know what you're doing when you practice discernment more.
why do you suppose that they don't teach that in school then?
Well, I feel like a lot of social qualities that are important aren't taught in school. They're focused more on the general studies to like get a job, like a lot of things, emotions and you know, preserving your mind could be some schools. It's not something that's seen that it's something that care of out of school.
I think it's like
Have the time
I-
to really dedicate because of all the stuff that you're doing. But I feel like it would be very helpful to teach that in classes, about emotions and how to use discernment. And it's just not something that's seen as useful in schools, I guess.
yeah, it seems like it seems like um that there is a, I don't know, maybe like a entity, I don't know, like the spirit or whatever it is, the devil, you know, that does not really want people making good decisions, basically, right? Because I mean, I think that there is a lot of money in in people making bad decisions, basically. You know, I mean, what like let's think about insurances and medications and a lot of different things um that that like there's a lot of industries that are profitable because of people not making good decisions. Let me see. Okay, and are you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Sorry, my mic was muted. Yeah, I'm here.
What do you have to say about that?
I do believe that there is some sort. I mean, I do believe that there is something kind of like at work
Mm,
that in this it is in this biz these corporations, it's like government and stuff like that. Like you said, they're like profiting off of people making those bad decisions. Like you got, I mean, I know one thing that comes to mind. People making bad decisions
mm,
is sort of like you got alcohol, liquor, or
mhm,
whatever. It causes a lot of people to make those bad decisions, and it just a lot of corporations depend on those people. You got the people who like the people who manufacture it and everything, the corporation who manufactures the alcohol. Like
mhm,
they're depending on those people to purchase it and then make those bad decisions, and then bad decision is made. Who else profits off of that? You got hospitals and stuff get into an accident. The hospital profits off of them getting hurt.
mhm.
It's a long string of, and I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like it really is sort of like a long string of people who are involved. It's like it's all connected in a way. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, and I that's what I was thinking too. It's like it seems like there's a lot of people that profit off um of people making bad decisions.
Yeah.
Um, let me see. Maya, can you hear now?
I can.
Okay. Okay, yeah. What did you have to say on that?
I didn't hear the question.
We were talking about it not being taught, and I was saying that I think that there are a lot of industries that profit off of people making bad decisions.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. There's like for and not just like bad decisions, but how would I say, like, do you guys remember when COVID was like peaking and all these people were just buying all of this stuff, and there were a lot of rich people who were starting to invest in all these things. And it's not just bad decisions, like there you see a lot of them just knowing that people are going to act radical and that people are going to like make very hasty decisions,
Mhm.
and they know that there's a way to benefit and a way to make more money when people are,
Hmm.
you know, scared and all over the place, and they're just thinking of all these other things, and they're just making decisions. They do heavily depend on that. They definitely do. They make money off of people being scared or people feeling, nervous, anxious. Like there's so many products out there, and just for profit based on knowing that people are going to go crazy over it. Like think about all those dating coaches who are who are like doing all these readings and everything for like $500,
Mhm.
and not just really just trying to tell a story to a person. They're using that person's decisions to profit for sure. Like that's definitely something that's very obvious in this day and age.
Wow, it is. So if we were to bring this back around to daughters and discerning daughters, what do you think is the major bad decision that daughters are making today?
Well, to start, I would say a major
Maya, hold
bad decision.
on. Like, what is going on with your
Jeez Louise, is it okay?
No, Kaden, do
It's
you
like
hear it?
kirking out. Yeah. Are you using headphones?
What? No. That's so priceless.
I cannot deal. If it's like not one thing, it's another with your sound, child.
Is it fine now?
I think so.
Okay. So what I was saying was I feel like a big
Okay,
mistake that I would say a big mistake that
why
a
did it
lot of
start back again?
that's because you over here clapping at me.
What is it? It sounds like a frog or something.
Is it fine now?
No. Okay, start talking again. We'll see.
Testing, testing, one, two, three.
It's still doing it. Did you
Okay.
go
Is
out
it
and come back?
better?
I
Are
think
you on Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Maybe disconnect and see. I don't know.
No. No. That will make
Okay.
it worse. Am I
Okay.
still breaking up? Because it seems like y'all are hearing me okay.
yeah, we hear you, but we also hear extra sounds. That was the problem.
I don't know what you guys want from me, but I'll let Bree start off the answer until I fix these technical difficulties.
Okay then.
Okay. What came to mind for me was you said how. What's the question so I can give you my answer?
What is the major like bad decision daughters are making today?
I would say getting into relationship with some of these men that do not have their best interests at heart. It's like they trying to search for something that's not that it ain't like they're trying to search for their fathers in these men, and it ain't working out because you got people who are getting abused. You got abused in every sense of the word. It could be emotional, mentally, physically, psychologically. But that's what I mainly see is a lot of them getting into these relationships and are not being treated properly, and not even some of them aren't searching for their father in it, but they're just not. They don't have the discernment to know if is he a good guy or not? Like, does he have my best interest at heart? A lot of them are taking the bare minimum. Like when I say the bare minimum,
Mm-hmm.
the bar is basically an HE double hockey sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how low the bar is for a lot of these women getting with some of these men. And it's like, he's nice to me. He should be nice to you. Like that's the that's just basic human respect.
He said that's the basics, honey.
It's the basics. Like, you treating them with respect. That's the basics. That's what should be happening.
Mhm.
But it's like, oh, he treat me all right. He should be treating you like the queen, like a queen. They should be treating you like you deserve to be treated, which is with kindness, support, generosity, uh, being genuine, loyal, faithful, like all of those things should be happening. But they out here with these trash men because they're not discerning between the good and the bad.
You think every
And
woman
if it,
is deserving of being treated like a queen?
I mean, as I would say, as a
One of them
feminist,
questions.
yes, as a feminist, I do believe that women who put out goodness into the world and into themselves deserve that back.
Mhm.
That's
Okay.
what I believe. Because I don't believe. I mean, I support women's rights, but I'm not going to support every woman. Because some
Okay.
women
So it
just
is.
don't deserve.
Ooh, 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 oh.
Because they're just not right. I mean, I'm not calling women crazy because that's a typical thing that we are called as women. It's like, oh, she crazy. Really, she's just about her boundaries. But some of these women out here just ain't. It ain't it. They're not doing the work, and if you're not doing the work, then it's like, what do you truly deserve? Because there are some people out here who are evil. You know? Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Can everybody hear me?